What's up, everybody? It's your man, Mr. Resurrect, and I'm here with a great new artist who you guys should get to know, and that's Miss Scilla Onyee. I said that right?
Correct.
All right, awesome. What does that name mean again?
It means who is like God.
Who is like God?
Yes.
And it's beautiful. And what language is that?
It's Igbo. It's a Nigerian language. One of the three major Nigerian languages.
Nice. Awesome. So listen, I know we're going to get into your music and all that, but let's get to know a little bit about you and who you are and where you're from.
Yeah.
So where exactly are you from, and how did it bring you to this area now today?
So my name is Scilla, and I always start by saying I'm from Nigeria because that has a lot to do with who I am and the style of music that I present.
Awesome.
I'm Nigerian. I came to the U.S. to study, studied music at Houghton College, upstate New York.
All right.
And went on to get my master's in transformational leadership in Rochester, New York. And I moved to Boston for work and have been doing music around here for the past 3 years.
Oh yeah, so what kind of work were you doing in Boston?
I was working at Eastern Nazarene College in Quincy.
One of my alma maters.
Nice.
Yes.
So I got to, I worked in the residential life office, but I also got to direct the gospel choir there, which was a huge privilege to do.
Oh, okay. So now what are you doing as far as music is concerned?
I am writing and recording some more. I also lead worship at my church, but I lead worship. I organize worship events around the country. The last one we had was in Rochester, New York. We had a worship night, and I've done a few here in Boston. And so it's just leading God's people in worship is one of my passions, and helping people to understand and embrace who God is through worship and music is what I do.
Awesome. So you train people as far as leading worship is concerned, right?
Yes. Part of my training was to develop worship leaders, to train them to lead God's people in worship. So I'm very passionate about working with worship leaders who are already leading their churches in worship and giving them some pointers, things that God has shown me in my journey and things I've learned by studying music and going to seminary, and things about worship that they may not know right away.
Awesome. Did music come naturally to you growing up? Or was it just a gift that stumbled upon you?
Yeah, it was really a stumble upon. Yes, I will say I didn't know I could sing, but it started pretty early. I remember joining the children's choir at my church because my sister joined, so why not?
Yeah.
And so, but I remember singing a solo one day, and everybody was like, that was amazing, and I had no idea what they were talking about. But I just formed an affinity for singing and for I started writing songs from when I was about 10. I started directing a choir when I was in 7th grade.
Wow.
And I have done that for most of my life. So
Okay. So now you're at a point in your life where you're teaching all these worship leaders, but now you're going to come out with your own project.
Yes,
So is this your debut project?
This will actually be my second project. My first project I released in 2011. It's an album called Way Out.
Okay.
It's available on iTunes and everywhere you download music. And that was my debut project. And some of the songs will be redone in this EP, just to get it out there. But this is my second project.
So let's talk about this EP. What are some of the songs on it, and what was some of the influence for it?
One of the songs that kind of shapes the EP for me is the song Sincerely Yours. It's a song that is written as a letter to God from someone who is going through a very difficult time. And I had started writing the song in 2012 or 2011, and it never came together for me until about 2015, when I found out my mom was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. And it was almost like an anger boiling up within me to God. And that was my response. And I started it with a lot of anger, but towards the end, I just got comforted that God knew what he was doing. God is in control.
Right.
And that's the message of the song.
Awesome. What do you want people to take away from your music when they hear your music?
God. just an overwhelming sense of God and His presence and His power and the realness of Him. I think a lot of music just puts God in this very far away place, like our Heavenly Father who is far, far, far away.
Right.
And God is with us
Yeah.
all the time, hearing us, listening to us. And I want people to experience God in that way, as a friend, as a companion when they hear my music.
Any influences that we could probably hear in your music when you sing?
Yes,
or even in
definitely.
the productions of the sound that you create?
My most influential person in my life is a worship leader and musician in Nigeria called Padampers Paul, and he influenced a lot of my music. Part of my higher medleys, part of it is a song that he wrote that we put together to form one of my songs. But he's a major influence. Some other people that have influenced me will be CeCe Winans, Donnie McClurkin, the styles of worship. I don't know if you will hear them in my music. A lot of the influence in my music are Nigerian worship styles.
Oh, awesome. Well, we're looking forward to hearing your music. Where could people find some of your projects today?
You can always find it on SoundCloud. You search for Scilla Onyee. Scilla is Scilla and Onyee. On SoundCloud, you can find it on iTunes, on Google Play, on most of the outlets, downloadable outlets, you'll find my music.
Outstanding. Listen, there's so much more we could definitely talk about, but I know you're going to enjoy her music. Don't forget to check out her next EP that's dropping soon, and you're going to hear more and more coming from this wonderful lady, Scilla Onyee.
Correct.
See, I'm the man, I could say it all. And listen, y'all stay right there. We got more for y'all coming up, all right? Be blessed.
Hello, this is Scilla Onyee, and thank you for having me on Public Praise TV. Please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Scilla Onyee. God bless you.